Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing an unboxing and initial trial with making Turkish coffee using the DEDE Copper 16.9 ounce extra large Turkish coffee pot, or e-brick. I purchased this from Amazon about a month ago to start making Turkish coffee at home. And so what we'll do in this video is I'll take this out of the packaging, I'll show you what it looks like, the general design and the overall size. Then I'm going to try walking through making Turkish coffee for the first time at my home. I've never done this before, but based on videos online, I'll walk through the steps, show you how to do it, and I'll give my general feedback of how it performs. As always, if you're interested in potentially purchasing this, I'll leave links in the description below for where you can find this on Amazon. Okay, so before we unbox or open the Turkish coffee maker, I did want to show you what else I purchased in order to make Turkish coffee at home. And so first off, this is a Turkish coffee cup set. That's a classic traditional design. I previously did a video on this, unboxing this and showing this, but this is the Alisveristime Ottoman or Turkish coffee cups in the gold design. You can check out that video, but basically it encompasses two separate cups with traditional lids and a candy dish like this. It's really elegant. It's a bright gold design, and this is what I'm going to be using as far as drinking Turkish coffee when I make it at home, because I don't have any espresso cups, and so I purchased this just because I thought it would be pretty cool and unique that I'm going into this whole Turkish coffee making kind of process. So that's that. I'll put this to the side now. Additionally, I purchased Turkish coffee itself. I'm going to butcher the name. I actually tried to Google and find the pronunciation of this, but this is a highly rated Turkish coffee, classically made in Turkey, but it's the Kurukahveci Mehmet Efendi. I definitely butchered that, but I purchased this from Amazon. These are two separate 500 gram containers that I purchased in a batch order for $25. Typically when you make Turkish coffee, you'll use about a teaspoon to 3 teaspoons depending on your strength and preference, and so this should last a very long time, and this is a highly recommended brand, and so that's the Turkish coffee that I ended up purchasing. If you do not have Turkish coffee, it's pretty difficult to grind it. I believe my House grinder should have the fineness to grind Turkish coffee, so I'll check that out later on, but this is an option that's highly recommended if you want to check this out. And now what we'll do is we'll actually open the Turkish coffee maker. And so I did a ton of research in this and looked into this a lot when I actually purchased this. I ended up going with the DEDE Copper Turkish coffee pot in the 16.9 ounce or extra large size. There are a variety of sizes depending on the amount or quantity of Turkish coffee you want to make at a time. And so based on kind of research and things like that, I wanted to make about 2 to 3 cups at a time because that's generally how much coffee I make. And so I felt a smaller container that would be just like 1 serving would be a little bit too small for my taste. And looking at reviews and kind of recommendations online, people said that go with a size that's a little bit larger just in case, so that you can stir it, or you have excess space so it can boil over a little bit more. And so I went with the 2 to 3 serving size, which is about 16.9 ounces. And so this is what it looks like. So I'll leave a link in the description below, but you can find this on Amazon. DEDE Copper makes a variety of styles and designs. This is going to be one design that has this kind of ornate pattern on the side. The nice thing about this is it's kind of like just this basic kind of ornate pattern. I didn't want anything too crazy or too in your face, and I really liked this kind of like copper or like rose gold type of appearance because it goes very well with my coffee pot that's actually on my stove already. So I went with this design. This is the matte copper. They have 2 separate colors for this. They also have an antique copper, which is basically like a dark kind of copper, and then they have like a classic copper that does not have this darker like engraving on the back of it. And so this is what it looks like. Okay, on the inside here there's going to be some instructions or information about the e-brick. So it gives you information on why copper, the fact that it's like why copper. It discusses what you should do before to use it, how to clean it, polishing, cleansing, and copper polishing and cleaning. I'll go over this in a second, but that's one instruction manual. I'll give a summary in a second. They also have a spoon for stirring, so that's included, and then there's the actual handle. And so as far as assembly, it comes with a little protection on the end here, so you don't stab yourself because it's a screw. But basically this should just screw directly on here. You just got to make sure you don't cross thread it. And then you screw it all the way on. And once tight, there you go, that's exactly how it is. So this is what it looks like with the handle. There is an attachment here, so if you want to hang it up on something, you can easily do that, and it supports its weight. Overall, the handle is really nice, it's elegant, it's definitely long enough that you can maneuver this very easily. The copper on the inside, it does basically it's got this copper design on the outside. It's got a lip with a pourer on kind of one handle, so you can pour this very easily. And then on the inside, there's a layer that's protected so that you don't have any, not damage, but patina that develops on the copper on the inside. So this is what it looks like. This is the 16.9 ounce size. It's from DEDE Copper. I purchased this because I really wanted to make Turkish coffee. And so what we'll do now is I'll walk through the steps of making this, with the caveat knowing that I've never done this before. I'm really just going to try it out and see how it goes. And before that, I also am going to read the instructions and give a summary of that in case there's any important information there. Okay, so before we make the coffee, I did want to provide a quick summary after reading the instruction manual. There were a couple things that I wanted to highlight in this. So copper, they always use, because it's a traditional substance, it's highly conductive, so it's very good for cooking or heating the coffee without burning it. So that's why they use copper. The inside of this is going to be tin lined, so it doesn't oxidize, so you won't have patina or rust develop on it. The other thing to note is that how to clean this. It is not dishwasher safe, so they recommend using hand washing. You can use dish soap on it. You just have to be careful that sometimes when you spill water on the outside, you want to dry it quickly so that the copper does not oxidize. If you do notice that it oxidizes or starts developing oxidation on the outside, what they do recommend, there's several instructions here, but you can try using lemon and salt and rubbing that on the outside, or they actually recommend a specific copper polisher. So they list here Wright's Copper and Brass Polish and Cleaner Cream is actually on Amazon, and so you can always use that. But the main highlights of this is that because the copper can rust, you want to just be very careful with exposing it to water and always drying it quickly without letting water sit on it. So that's the main thing from this. Additionally, they've recommended cleaning it out or rinsing it out with warm water to start, so I did that previously. Now what we'll do is walk through actually making Turkish coffee. So this is everything you should need based on my understanding in order to make it. I've never done this before, but we'll open up the Turkish coffee. This is what it looks like. So it's got a kind of lift lid here. You just pop this open, and this is exactly what it looks like. And so that's what it looks like. It smells like coffee, and it smells very good. It smells fresh. It smells like exactly like if you open the brand new container. I don't see anything wrong with this container. So this is what Turkish coffee looks like, and this is the consistency of it. So it's a very fine powder. So that's it. Now, as far as preparation for this, what they say is, depending on the number of servings, you determine how many cups of water you're going to add. So I'm going to make 2 servings at this time. Typically what you'll do is you will add, you'll take the cups that you're actually going to serve the coffee in and then pour those directly into here. So I'm going to take 2 cups of water using this and then pour it directly in. So give me 1 second. So here's 1, and I partially spilled by accident. And then here's 2, okay? So that's the 2 separate cups, okay? If you want to make more, you can always add additional. So this has space for up to 3, I believe, servings, so you can do that. But 2 to 3 servings is typically what they recommend for 16.9 ounces, which is this size. Then, depending on your personal preference, as far as strength of the Turkish coffee, they recommend 1 to 3 teaspoons, not tablespoons, of the actual coffee. And so what you'll do is just just take this scoop. This is a teaspoon scoop. You're gonna pour it directly in here. All right, so I'm making 2. I'm just gonna use 1 scoop for now because I have no idea how to make this and the strength of it, so I don't really have a preference yet. Then what you'll do is you'll stir this in this container, okay? And then if you are going to add sugar, you'll add it at this time. So some people like sugar with their coffee, depending on your preference. Usually they're very similar. You can add 1 to 3 teaspoons of sugar, equivalent like 1-to-1 ratio with the coffee. But basically you'll just stir this, and now what we'll do is we'll put it on the stove and start cooking this, and I'll walk through those steps. Okay, so for the sake of this video, I'm gonna be using my front larger burner on my electric stove because I do not have a good angle to access the back and show you what exactly is happening. But first off, what you'll do is you'll just turn on the stove and start heating up the coffee. And then as this happens, you're gonna allow this to essentially boil once. What's gonna happen in here is when this coffee boils, it's gonna boil to the top and there's gonna be foam that develops. And when that develops, you take off the foam and you're gonna pour it individually into each cup, just the foam. Then after that, you're gonna kind of let it settle back down all the way. And then you are going to take the coffee, let it boil up again, and then once it boils again, then you'll pour the coffee into the individual cups. So for now, what we're gonna do is just let this sit. We're gonna let it boil, and then after it foams up, I'll show you what the next step is. All right, so as you can tell, it's starting to boil right now. So it first steamed and now it's boiling. So we'll just leave this on real quick. We'll let it boil to the top and foam, all right? So this is the amount of time it kind of takes for that. I'm just being very careful that it doesn't boil over because I've never dealt with this before. So if you look, we'll see if there's any foam. There's not really any foam on that. So I'll kind of let it boil up. And we'll just pour out a little bit just to see. So yeah, I don't have any foam on the top. Essentially, I have just like a clear watery substance. So I'm gonna let this boil up and down a couple times. Please excuse me because I've never done this before. So we'll just kind of see how this works. But it's very easy to maneuver. Like if you lift it up, it basically allows it to boil up and down. From my understanding, you shouldn't really do it this way. Really what you do is you allow it to heat up slowly, and then as that boils up, it should like form a foam on the top, and then kind of like extract from the coffee. So I'm definitely doing it wrong for a first time, but this gives you a general sense of how well this performs as far as maneuvering this on a stove like this. And so that's all I'm going to do for now. So basically this is what it looks like in the container. I might have had to add more coffee in order to do this. I'm going to turn off the burner, and then what we'll do is we'll just pour this out. So this is going to be 1 cup here. And there are going to be coffee grounds in the bottom of the cup, that's expected. All right, and then here's the other one. And pretty much that's what it looks like on the inside. So there's a little bit of residue still there, but the rest of the water is actually out. And so this is what the cup looks like. And so I'm going to let this cool for a second and then we'll try it out in a second. Okay, so this is what the coffee looks like kind of after letting it sit. There's not really any foam on top. There's definitely some oil consistently on the top. What we'll do is we'll taste test this and I'll see how well it tastes. So I'll say that with one scoop with this, it kind of tastes relatively bland. So I probably did not do the extraction process and the cooking of this accurately. It really just tastes like instant coffee. So it's something that with this e-brick, I'm gonna have to mess around with kind of the ratios of coffee to water with this, as well as the cooking process. And it's something that I'll have to work on. But this video was really to just give you a sense of how well the DEDE copper Turkish coffee maker works, what it looks like, the handle, the design, the construction, a summary of that just in case you're in the market for it. There's a wide variety of these different options online, so it's pretty complicated when you look at it, but this is the 16.9 ounce version. So I think a lot of this has to do with my ability to cook or make coffee with this at this point. But in general, this does taste kind of like instant coffee or weak coffee, so I'd probably add 2 to 3 scoops and really just mess with the ratios to go from there. But for those of you that are interested in making Turkish coffee, this is really everything you need in order to do it. So you need the e-brick and then you need the actual coffee. This is a highly recommended brand, so I think I just have to mess with the ratios and the taste of it to get it to the exact taste, and that's always a learning process, especially if I've never done this ever in my life. So hopefully this video is helpful. If you have questions, comments, post them below. If you make Turkish coffee and you had advice, especially with this size and style of e-brick, please provide advice, because I've never done this before, so it would just be helpful for those of you that do this or grew up with it or know or are an expert with it. But hopefully this video is helpful if you're in the market for this, just to give you a general sense of what it looks like, the design and style. So if you have questions, comments, post them below. Otherwise, if you like this video, hit the like button, and as always, please subscribe to my channel as well. So thanks for watching and have a great day.